This video is literally the only sales video you will ever need to watch if you're an online fitness coach. I'm going to give it away completely for free, how I had a 50% closing rate for my online fitness coaching company. And basically this is the exact process, the exact sales script right here that I basically use. So look, this is again going to be one of those videos where I'm not going to go extremely in depth with explanations, because I will share the actual exact process in this document that you can use with exact sentences, exact word by word sentences that I use on these sales calls. You can basically put together your own sales pitch based on this, as well as my entire sales script that I have used over and over and over again in order for me to have a minimum of 40% closing rate, but most importantly up to the 50% rate. Okay, so basically if you want to have this and you've been kind of struggling closing deals on calls, obviously I always talk about how pre-selling is the most important thing, but if you find yourself struggling on calls and to close clients, then you just need to DM me on Instagram. I will send this entire document over to you, so you will be able to start amping up your closing rate from today. Okay, so this is the exact process. So let's start in the beginning. Basically the first part of a sales script, and most importantly, the first most important thing in a sales script is to have one. Okay, people don't have sales scripts. They literally just jump on a call, they ask a few questions, and then they say some stuff that prospects don't even care about. Okay, a sales call is a very serious thing, right? You need to go for the close, right? You can't just let people go. Like anyone who jumps on a call with you, they are ready to buy, right? They are most probably qualified enough to buy, because if they take so much time away from their day to talk with an online fitness coach, then obviously they want to buy. Okay, so we are going to go through 3 different stages, right, up to the 4th stage in terms of the solution, right? So obviously first stage is small talk, right? So you need to basically, whenever you jump on a call, first of all you need to have a connection with the prospect, right? So the prospect needs to understand that you're a friend, right? You're someone who wants to help them, but also they need to understand your expertise, right, which we are going to establish later on. Okay, but first of all, don't just start hammering them with sales stuff. Okay, have a little bit of small talk. What I always talked about is basically these 3 things. Okay, some general information, work info, basic fitness. Okay, these are exact questions that I ask prospects. You can basically copy these and say these on sales calls. You can write up into your script in terms of the small talk part. The first part is going to basically just break the ice. And prospects are going to be, why it's important, because they're going to be way more likely to open up later down the road, because the next phase is basically the discovery phase. This is absolutely one of the most important part of a sales process. Okay, and people just don't do this well. Okay, good sales is about basically 80% listening and only 20% talking. Okay, so this phase should be the majority of your call, basically understanding what people do. So basically what I always say to clients is, if you go to a doctor, which one would you prefer? If the doctor starts as soon as you walk in the door, the doctor starts prescribing you medicine for different things that it's not even sure that you have. He just starts throwing solutions at you, or if the doctor asks the right questions, exactly knows what your problem is, and then gives the exact solution for that single problem. Every prospect is different. Okay, so obviously you would go with the second doctor. You need to discover what their issues are. Okay, now in terms of the sales call, how I always did it is basically I always took notes on a paper, right? You need to write up pain, goals, and obstacles on top of that paper, and you need to collect it throughout the sales call, so you can basically use it later down in the call when you offer the solution. You need to basically push every single one of these buttons. Okay, first you always need to understand the pain. The first most important question is about their pain is, what's the biggest thing that bothers you about your health and fitness? This is very important. Okay, now also what I want you to know is the pain, even from the discovery section, the pain is the most important, because if people open up correctly about their pain, you can dig deep enough, you can actually understand the real deep reason why they want to lose weight, get fitter, get healthier. Basically you have a winning case, because it's really, really easy to give them the solution that they need from that point. The only difficulty is not everyone opens up. Okay, so if prospects don't open up, you can literally copy paste this basically into your sales script. Okay, you can literally ask this exact question. It worked like crazy. So if I ever asked prospects about their pain, like what's the biggest thing that bothers you, how long has it been like that, right? Why it's been a longer time, right? How do you feel about that? Okay, first of all, you always need to ask emotional questions, but if even then people don't open up, just be upfront and honest. I call this honesty sentence. Okay, you need to say basically an honesty sentence, and you just need to basically level with the prospect, make it completely obvious that you are here to help, and just make them understand that they can be free to open up about their problems, because why the hell are we on this 30-40 minute call? right? And that usually opened up everyone. As I mentioned, you can copy paste this. Then you need to ask about goals, right? Again, a very, very important question about their goals is, so how do you imagine your ideal fitness situation, right? And by the way, you can ask these questions one after the other almost, obviously always fit it to your prospect, and then you will have a fluid conversation from beginning to the end. If you start here, right, you go through all of these questions, go through all of these questions, go through all of these questions, it's going to be extremely good, okay? Because it's structured well. First you understand the pain, then you understand the goal, right? You paint their hell state, then you paint their dream state, and then you talk about obstacles. What's been keeping them from achieving the dream state, and why are they in that hell state at the moment, okay? Obviously, you need to ask, why do you feel you couldn't lose the weight so far, okay? It's very important. You always need to ask about feelings, okay? Why do they feel in a certain way? Sales is purely emotional, okay? Other than the solution itself, you need to basically give a solution to their bad emotional state, right? So basically, we've been through the small talk, the discovery. Now you know everything about the prospect, and basically, this is where you show some expertise. Many people skip this part, which is a huge issue, especially for online fitness coaches, okay? So many niches doesn't need to have that, but because online fitness coaching is so saturated and there are so many personal trainers, your own hero story and hyper expert background is going to make a difference. People would rather go with the higher level expert than just a general personal trainer. If you don't convey that on the call, then obviously nothing's going to happen. Now, don't do this part of your sales call, the hero story, your own hero story, talking about yourself and on your about your background and your expertise too long, because as I mentioned, it should be 80% listening, 20% talking. But around in 5 minutes in the call, you can talk a little bit about your hero story. It always helps, okay? It needs to be unique, relatable, shows expertise. How I did it on my sales call, you will be able to just read it right here, how exactly I scripted my own sales calls, right? It's word by word exactly what I talked about. It's basically I talked about my background in professional fighting, how I became an online weight loss coach from that, how I had my first ever client, which was a free thing. It was my own mom, actually. She was a very busy doctor, right? It was very relatable. People immediately trusted me. So the point of these is to break the ice, understand what their pain points are, and then build trust. You need to build trust. Now you have 3 very important things, and you basically, with this, you set up the ships, and then you start a full-blown attack in terms of your solution. Now, in terms of the solution, I can't give you a script because your solution needs to be designed in a way that it solves every single inefficiency of your prospect's problems, okay? If you note down the inefficiencies on every single sales call, right? You have a collection of problems. All you need to do from that, right, is you can use that for content. If you are always noting down the pain points that you hear from prospects, which are the most qualified prospects and the most qualified TA because they already jumped on a call, if you always write that down on a paper, then you will easily be able to just put that into content and into videos, and then also put that into your solution, right? So basically, the more sales calls you do, the better your solution is going to be, and then the more clients you have, the even better your solution is going to be, okay? That's how I developed out my done for you fitness service, right? And it's sold like crazy, okay? But again, this is not going to be a longer video than this, right? I just wanted to quickly explain how you should go through this. So if you follow this guideline, and basically copy paste these exact sentences, you just formulate it in your own way of speech, and then you also go through my exact sales script that I have been using. You will basically have a killer sales script for 50% closing rate, okay? Look, if you want this sales script, right, and my entire sales process completely for free, just send me a message on Instagram, right? I will send it over immediately. By the way, this is one of the biggest things also why I could scale up my fitness company, right? This is also a thing that you can teach to your closers if you have one. It's extremely easy. And as well, look, if you've been going through my videos, you know that I offer the biggest amount of value also for free. So imagine what it's going to be if you join our program, okay? Because what I offer for free is amazing. You can build up a complete business on that, all right? Exact scripts, whatever. But if you join our program, I guarantee you that we are going to get you to minimum of $30,000 per month, okay? Inside a few months. We have a guarantee about that, okay? We have a money back guarantee. If you book a call, we're going to go through everything, right? In terms of what your business should be fixed about. And basically, we are going to get you into the program, set up the whole system, and basically also your closing percentage is going to jump up and skyrocket, okay? So thank you very much. If you like this video, make sure that you send me a message on Instagram, or as well as follow me on Instagram and check out my client results, and see you in the next video. Thank you very much.